Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syazwan Muazzam Bisai. My student ID is 2025320545 and I am from class RBA2733B. Today I will be presenting for the subject HRM552. The topic of my presentation is Diversity and Inclusion in Talent Acquisition, Strategies for Fair Hiring. This presentation is prepared for Dr. Sharifah Khairul Musairah Said Abdul Muttalib. Without further delay, let's move on to the next slide. Now, let's look at the article. The article introduced a model called DEIB, which stands for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging. Each element plays a different role. Diversity refers to different among people. Equity focuses on fairness and providing equal access to opportunity. Inclusion ensures that everyone feels respect and involved. Belonging means employees feel accepted and valued in the organization. This model is based on Rawls' theory of justice, which emphasizes fairness and equal opportunity in society. According to this theory, a fair system should ensure that everyone has a fair chance to succeed, regardless of their background. The study focuses on the workforce in the United States, especially minority groups who often face barriers during the hiring process. For example, some candidates may be equally qualified but are overlooked due to bias or lack of representation. The author argued that although organizations aim for merit-based hiring, there are still systematic issues such as human bias, lack of structured hiring process, insufficient training among recruiters. As a result, hiring outcomes are not always fair or objective. The article concludes by suggesting that organizations must adopt a structured and consistent strategy to ensure fairness at every stage of the hiring process, from job advertisement to selection and even employee retention. First, why did I choose this issue? One of the main reasons is the gap between intention and reality. Many organizations today claim that they support diversity and inclusion. We often see statements like, "We are an equal opportunity employer." However, in reality, hiring decisions are still influenced by bias, whether consciously or unconsciously. This bias may relate to gender, race, education, background, or even personal preference. This shows that although the intention is there, the actual practice is still not fully fair. Secondly, this issue is an institutional necessity. Organizations today are under pressure to not only talk about diversity but also demonstrate real outcomes. For example, having diversity at entry-level positions is not enough. Organizations must ensure diversity exists at all levels, including management and leadership roles. Without proper strategy, diversity effort may only be surface-seen and not sustainable. Lastly, diversity is important because it drives innovation and problem-solving. When employees come from different backgrounds, they bring different perspectives, ideas, and experience. This diversity of thought allows organizations to make better decisions, solve problems more creatively, and remain competitive in global market. Therefore, this issue is not only a social concern but also a strategic business priority. Why this issue matters? This issue is important for several reasons. First, it has a strong economic impact. When organizations fail to hire diverse talent, they miss out on valuable skills, knowledge, and perspectives. This leads to what is known as a talent drain, where capable individuals are not given opportunity to contribute. Second, this issue is about justice and fairness. According to Rawls' theory, a fair society must provide equal opportunity for everyone. In the context of employment, this means hiring decisions should be based on ability and potential, not bias or background. Third, it affects employee belonging and engagement. If employees feel excluded or treated unfairly, they are more likely to experience low motivation and dissatisfaction. This can lead to higher turnover rates, which increase requirement costs and reduce overall productivity. In contrast, when employees feel valued and included, they are more engaged, loyal, and willing to contribute to organizational success. Now, let's discuss the main causes of this issue. The first cause is unconscious bias. This happens when hiring managers unknowingly favor candidates who are similar to themselves in terms of background, education, or personality. Even though it is unintentional, it can lead to unfair hiring decisions. The second cause is narrow sourcing. Many organizations rely on the same requirement channels, such as specific universities or internal networks. This limits the diversity of candidates and reduces the chances of discovering new talent. The third cause is the focus on traditional merit. For example, companies may prioritize candidates from elite universities. However, not everyone has equal access to such institutions, even though they may have the same level of ability and potential. Lastly, there is a lack of inclusive culture. Even if diverse candidates are hired, they may not stay if they do not feel respect, support, or include in the organization. This means diversity alone is not enough inclusion to overcome. Strategies for fair hiring. To address these issues, organizations can apply several strategies. First, implement structured and standardized interview. This means all candidates are asked the same set of questions and evaluated using the same criteria. This approach reduces bias and improves consistency in decision making. Second, broaden requirement channels. Organizations should actively seek talent from diverse backgrounds, including different universities, communities, and even non-traditional career paths. This helps create a more diverse talent pool. Third, apply the DEIB model in practice. Organizations should regularly review their hiring data to identify patterns of bias. For example, they can analyze which groups are being shortlisted, selected, or rejected. Finally, provide training for HR professionals and hiring managers. They need to understand the difference between equality and equality. Equality means treating everyone the same, while equity means giving individuals the specific support they need to succeed. This understanding is crucial in creating a fair and inclusive hiring real-life example, which is Google. Now, let's look at a real-life example from Google. Google has faced challenges related to low diversity, particularly in technical and leadership roles. One of the key issues was hiring bias, where certain groups were more likely to be selected than others. The causes include unconscious bias and limited requirement source, especially focusing on specific university. To overcome this, Google implements several strategies. First, they introduce structured interview, ensuring that all candidates are evaluated fairly using the same criteria. Second, they launch diversity hiring initiative, and provide bias training for recruiters. Third, Google improved transparency by publishing diversity reports, which allow the public to track their progress. As a result, there has been increased awareness and gradual improvement in workforce diversity. Although the progress is not perfect, it showed that structured strategy can lead to positive change over time. Conclusion: fair hiring does not happen automatically. It requires deliberate effort, awareness, and structured strategy. The research showed that organizations must move beyond human bias and adopt systems that promote fairness and inclusion. By focusing on diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, organizations can not only improve fairness but also enhance innovation, employee satisfaction, and overall performance. Ultimately, fair hiring is not just about doing the right things. It is also about building a stronger and more competitive organization. Thank you for listening.